for A&M, what's the headline take across the board right now? Hey, Marcel Reed is real good. And he is really good. I told you on the show on Tuesday, I think he's going to be a Heisman Trophy finalist. But I think people are looking at this game against Missouri and just assuming Marcel Reed is going to go out there and win the game in Columbia, Missouri. And maybe he does. Like, he is awesome. All that is true about the headline take stuff with him being really good. Maybe he goes off. Maybe he's the difference. However, I think the key to this game, what's not being talked about nearly enough from a narrative perspective, is the key to this game for me is the Aggies front seven. Like Marcel Reed, yeah, probably the most important player in this game on a number of levels, but I think Cassius Howell is going to decide this game. We saw them routinely get home against LSU without even blitzing anybody. And you got a true freshman quarterback out there from Missouri and Matt Zollers, who I think is awesome. We'll talk about him here in a second. But in a spot now where Missouri's defense, in their own respect, is pretty good. And it's not a situation where I think you'd have to squint to see Missouri giving A&M some troubles up front. Maybe the A&M defense just walks in there and says, you know what? They got a true freshman quarterback, Marcel Reed. We just need 20 today, brother. Need that Auburn game plan. We just got to go get ours, and we got to make sure we make our field goals, which we didn't do against Auburn. I digress. I think that's going to be enough for A&M to win the football game. So as much as you talk about Marcel Reed, we need to make sure we mention how important the A&M front seven is. Because if they just go rock Matt Zollers' world and he's looking overwhelmed and he's sped up and he's making mistakes, game, set, match. So yes, Marcel Reed, absolutely important. If he goes off, that maybe that's the difference. But I think the true key to this game is A&M rattling Matt Zollers and also stopping the run. Like the bread and butter for Missouri all year long has been their ability to run wide zone, Ahmad Hardy downhill, quarterback run game. If Missouri can't do that because the Aggie front seven is so stout and because Cassius Howell is eating greedy, it's going to be a long day for Missouri. Because then you have to go to your changeup pitch, and your changeup pitch would be with a backup quarterback who was supposed to be third on the depth chart before the year started, be advantage A&M in a very, very big way if the A&M front seven ends up showing up big. So keep an eye on that. The headline take across college football for Missouri right now is, well, we'll see what the offense is. I just told you, true freshman quarterback. It is not a ridiculous statement to say that their quarterback might struggle a little bit against that A&M defense. I hear that. But I think what's being missed, where the narrative is incorrect, is just the overall way we are assessing Missouri offensively. Like, I think we're way too generic with some of the things we're looking at. We're saying true freshman quarterback, therefore he's going to struggle, he's going to be rattled. Therefore, Missouri, with all the things they are up against with A&M, maybe they try and shelter Matt Zollers a little bit and take some things off his plate. I don't think that's going to happen. I think when we assess Missouri offensively, we have to account for a couple of things. One, Matt Zollers has like a quarter and a half of reliable film on him right now. So there's kind of the element of surprise that, yeah, you wish you had Bo Prabula, but in some ways, the things that Matt Zollers maybe internally they feel better about him doing, or they like that he can do that maybe Bo Prabula didn't do, maybe that's a little bit of an element of surprise here for Missouri on the offensive side. Kirby Moore is one of the best offensive coordinators in the sport for Missouri. Maybe he's got some things in his back pocket. Also, Missouri trusts Matt Zollers. Like, go back and watch the Vanderbilt game. There is 2 fourth downs, 4th and 2 and 4th and 4, with the game tied and Missouri down by a touchdown. And in those spots where in 4th and 2 you can absolutely run the football if you felt like it, they decided to trust Matt Zollers to throw the ball. Converted both of those. So Missouri, at the very least, they're not going to take a whole lot off Matt Zollers' plate, is what I'm reading here. Now, do you want to support him? Do you need to support him? Absolutely. That's true in any facet of college football, whether you got a true freshman starting or you got a 5-year senior. But make no mistake, there is a world now where Matt Zollers walks in there and has the entire playbook open to him. I wouldn't be all that shocked. Like, he can do a lot of the things that Bo Prabula did well in addition to what we've already said. Like, Matt Zollers is a legitimate athlete playing quarterback. Like, we talked about him out of high school as being one of the more bouncy prospects at the quarterback position per Charles Power. So they're not taking the run game off the plate for him. They're not going to, I think, throttle back too much offensively with how they approach it. Matt Zollers, they will let him cook a little bit here in this spot. So, yeah, maybe it's reason to believe that they could struggle and there could be some growing pains, but I don't think Missouri's going to back off the gas all that much for how they approach the thing. So the so what of this whole thing is A&M's most important player is Cassius Howell. I just said that. And I don't think Missouri is going to walk into this spot and play completely left-handed. Like, if you are assuming you're getting a watered-down version of Missouri's offense, I don't think that's the case. So I expect it to be competitive, throughout the duration of this game. I think Missouri, already told you, I think they cover in this game. But I do think now for A&M, that front seven makes the difference. And I think Matt Zollers, I think you leave that game saying, okay, if that's the future out here in Como, we're in good shape.